Welcome to the Mastering the Game podcast. I'm your host, Jermaine Harris. So there's this company called Newzoo, and throughout the year they publish stats on the gaming industry. In their overall review of 2023, they showed that the most popular games by far have been out for over 3 years. They took a look at all four platforms: PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Switch. As you may have guessed, the Switch is the console whose games are the newest. The average games are about 4 years old, but for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, the most popular games are at least 7 years old on average. And on PC, the average is actually 9.6 years old, which is kind of crazy to think about. But if you think about it, games like Fortnite, Roblox, and Grand Theft Auto 5 all came out quite a while ago. And across all four platforms, you can see a lot of similarities. And games like Fortnite and Roblox are probably not going anywhere for a long time. So I can see why those games in particular would skew that data. Same story for Grand Theft Auto 5, and it makes me wonder if we'll continue to see a trend like this. I'm thinking that this will continue for at least a few years, at least while the industry figures out how to make microtransactions more appealing to gamers. And this actually makes some sense because when you think about the games that you go back to, if you play multiplayer games, you're probably going to go back to those games and continue to level up and sharpen your skills. For example, I play a lot of Call of Duty, and I've been playing that for well over 15 years, and I doubt that I'll stop playing that anytime soon. Unless something egregiously crazy happens with the franchise, I'm probably not going to stop playing, so I definitely understand why other people would play games that they're already pretty familiar with, and they can have that interaction with other people as well, because I think that that's what makes games fun. Not that single player games can't be fun as well, because I am a big fan of single player games, but I'm a person who usually puts the game away once he finishes the main story. So for me, and I think most people, single player games have a fairly definitive shelf life, but multiplayer games can in theory be played forever, at least be played until the developers shut down the servers. And even so, you can probably still play offline in some capacity. What I do hope is that game developers and publishers really decide to get rid of games that require online access to continue playing them, because I think even that could extend the shelf life of a game. Although a company may not be able to track offline gameplay, at least definitely not real time, if companies do want to extend the shelf life of more recent games, they can give users a good and fun reason to come back to the game over time, whether that's an engaging story that isn't overly bloated with things that aren't necessary, or by having some sort of game mode or gameplay loop that is collaborative both offline and online. That way gamers can come and play however they want to, and hopefully enjoy that game for years to come.